Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to complete, this is one option you have for completing your research requirement for IS 110. So the research project requirement is worth 80 points, a little less than a homework. The idea is to get involved in one of the fun research projects we have going on in the business school and contribute back to the faculty's efforts here to give BYU's Marriott School a good name through the high quality research they do. So here's your first option. This one's a geocaching game developed by a local app company that they've given me access to that I would like to have you test out and use to get to know BYU campus a little bit better. I also have a few things of my own built into the game that I'm interested in testing and collecting data on. So the game is not commercially available, at least it's not widespread yet. It's in the App Store and the Google Play Store. But the first step you're going to take is to register on their website. So you're going to come here to any browser, type in findamine.mobi. Now when you come here, you're going to get this scary message. They're working on this. I promise you this is not part of the experiment. This is just saying that the security certificate is out of date. Most of you, by the time you register, this problem will be gone and you won't even see this. But for those who happen to still get it, just click continue to this website. Even though it says it's not recommended, the website is still completely secured, I promise you. At least when you submit data over it, it's encrypted, but the security certificate, the fact that it expired doesn't mean that it's no longer encrypting. It just means that the third party that makes all the money for looking at it and making sure that it's valid says that you got to pay us again this year, or else we're going to not tell people that you have a valid certificate anymore. Anyway, don't let it bother you if you happen to get that message, and just hit continue and come here. So first thing is to register here, or I need to register either one. Now this game, it gives you points in a lot of different ways. You're going to have a chance to earn, every week I give out about 10 gift cards. $10 BYU gift cards that you can use at the bookstore or for food or for books even, or anything you want on campus. And then at the end of the game, I'm going to give out a Samsung Galaxy Tab 4, a tablet, to the winner. And then I'm going to give another tablet to somebody else, and it'll be a random drawing based on a weighted random drawing based on the number of points you've earned so far. So the more points you earn, the higher likelihood that you'll win a tablet, and the higher likelihood that you'll win gift cards each week. I usually have about 200 participants, and I give out about 100 gift cards, so your chances of winning something are pretty good. Anyway, one of the ways you win is by referring people to play, and it's a total multi-level marketing scheme in a way, because the more people you refer, or as you refer people, you earn some of their points. So if you refer a friend, and it can be anyone, they don't have to be in this class, it can be a family member or a friend in a different class. If you refer them to play and they sign up and find at least one clue, you'll earn 1 out of every 25 of their points, and I'll talk about that more in a minute. However, in order for you to earn their points, they have to state that you referred them, and that's the point of this box right here. To make things fair, all of you in my class who are doing this to complete the assignment, I want you to put me as the referrer, and you'll put my name, Find a Master. Now, obviously, I'm not eligible to win the prize. This is just to make sure that people don't game the system and get points from referring other people who already have to play or who are already going to play. Anyway, once you put my name in there, make sure you click that Find button, and you have to see this Player Found, please select your game message. There's only one game available right now, BYU Winter 2015, although I've run, this has been played anywhere from Hong Kong to BYU to Alabama to Arizona, Texas. Where else have we played it? It's been played all around. Anyway, so we've got the refer, the game you're playing. Pick a username. Username can be anything you want, whatever you want. I'll put number 2. Your email address. This part is important. Make sure you give me the email address that you have associated with Learning Suite. Whatever email address that you get Learning Suite emails at, that's the one I need here, and that's how I'm going to give you credit for participating. So I'm just going to put anything in there right now. Make sure you put in the right one. Then pick a password. Let's see here. Okay, And click register. Okay. Next step, you'll see here the option to enter optional data. So the game gives you points for creating and filling out an online profile because there's a built-in social network with this game too. You'll be able to follow friends and see how many points they have, in addition to referring others. And if you fill out your profile, they give you points. So it's up to you what you want to fill out here. This is all optional. I'm just going to put in a little bit of data. No, not a student. BYU, I was an IS. Major, employed, yes, BYU. That's all I'm going to do for now. Feel free to fill out as much or as little of this as you want to. Next, you have the chance to upload a photo. I'm going to browse. Let's see here. I've got my bunch of photos of my kids. Let's see here. Here's the baby playing with Tigger. Fantastic. Upload, and notice you also get points for uploading a photo. There we go. Next, last step. Lastly, you have a chance here to refer other people to play. You can also do this later on. This isn't your only chance. But again, if you refer one person and they fill out if they find at least one clue, you'll earn 1 out of every 25 of their points. As you refer more people, you earn at a higher rate. So at some point, you'll earn 1 out of every 3 points your referees earn. I've had people win this game entirely simply by referring other people to play, and they found almost no clues themselves. Anyway, smart way to win the game. You just come down here, say, here's how I know them, here's an email address, and this will send an invitation to them with a link back to play this game. Anyway, I'm just going to click Finish for now. Okay, and we're ready to begin. So you can explore all the links in here on this website, but there are certain things you have to do to get credit for participating. I'm going to walk through those steps now. The next thing you have to do is click on this Frenemies link. I want you to add 5 people as frenemies. These are people who are also playing the game. You don't even have to know them, but these are people you want to keep track of because maybe they have high scores and you want to follow them on your frenemies list. You can search for people here. I'm just going to type in the letter A, search. It'll pull up a list of anyone with an A anywhere in their username, email address. Notice people can choose to share or not share information. If they don't share any information about themselves, you can only search based on their usernames. If once we get to the point to where there's a lot of people playing, you can just go to the player directory here. Actually, before I get there, notice here once you search, you can click Add to Frenemies. Then it adds them down here into your people you're following frenemies list. Shows you how many points they've currently earned. I can click on their name, their username, and it pulls them up, and they're actually their profile here in the directory, which you can also access right here. Shows you their profile data, game info, games they've been playing. Excuse me. Shows you clues that they've found or started to find. This is a dummy account, so there's no clues down here to see. But they can choose, and you'll choose in a moment, exactly how much of this information you want to share that you've entered in on your profile. Anyway, I'm going to hit back. I want you to add, at this point, at least 5 frenemies. So your first requirement after registering is to add 5 frenemies to your list. It can be anyone, but again, you might pick friends or leaders, people higher up in the game that you want to keep track of or anything, but there's got to be at least 5. Okay, here's the player directory link, and notice I can come here and just hit Show Me All, or go, search by a last name letter. But know that the only things that will be found here are the things they've made publicly available, unless Maggie Simpson chose to share her information with frenemies, and she's added me as a frenemy. Then I can see all of her info. Let me find one that's not shown. Oops, no, I didn't mean to click that one. I'll try Lisa here. No, looks like she's sharing everything too. Homer? Nope. Marge? Okay, well, I've set all of them to show and share everything. But anyway, the things you don't have access to won't be shown up here. Once you've added 5 frenemies, the next step, most important step for me, is to click on this privacy settings link, which is why I've made it bold and upper caps. Now, each of you will see different things. Some of you will see this, others will see something else. I'm going to actually do a quick log out and log back in because I want you to see all of the options here. Okay, I'm going to go back to privacy settings. This is another dummy account I've created. Some of you will see these options and a few more down here. Whatever options you have, those are the ones you'll use, and don't worry about differences among people. But let me tell you what you're all going to do. First step, carefully examine the privacy settings you have, but without adjusting them. So on this case, I have the option to share my profile data with everyone, frenemies and minions, minions only, these are my referrals, my minions, or nobody. I can share who I've referred with those people. I can share who I'm following with those people. I can share which games I'm playing with those people. And then clue details. Clues I've found along with pictures and locations. These are important ones. You may not want to share these with anybody, with everybody. For example, you might share them with your minions because that'll earn them more points if they see that. Oops, I didn't mean to move that. All right, put that back. So, again, just look at these. Don't change them yet. Then come here and click Answer the following survey questions. And there'll be a list of questions. For example, first one, to make sure you're paying attention, please select Strongly Agree. Findamine privacy controls will help me change access to my information quickly. So these are questions about the controls you just looked at. I'm just going to go through and hit a bunch of answers. Don't do this. If you do, we have an algorithm in place to detect when random answers are selected, and it'll automatically throw out your data at the end of the game and not give you credit for playing. So make sure not to do that. There's only 25 questions. There's not a lot of work there. You're going to answer those. Hit submit. Again, those are very important to the research, so take those seriously. Now, once those are answered, we're now going to adjust the privacy settings. So come here and decide, make your decisions, adjust things. On this account, let's see here, I logged in and logged back out. Okay, now, so here's my 5 frenemies I added earlier on. So I have some other options here. I can decide exactly what I want to share with each of my frenemies. So, for example, with Bart, I can click Edit Sharing, and I may decide that I don't want Bart to know that I'm following him. Also, I don't want to share my clues, or which clues I found, or the exact locations of the clues I found, because I'm really competing against Bart. He has a lot of points. However, I like Maggie. She's cool. I'm going to let her know I'm following her, and let her see all my clues and locations. I want you to go through and make some individual decisions about each of these frenemies, what you want them to see and don't want them to see. This is also very important. Once you've set these settings and these settings exactly to your satisfaction, then you're done with this step. Alright, just so you know what's available, click here on this star, that's our leaderboard. I want you to see what the leaderboard will look like and how you'll see your total points. So here's my account. I've made a couple of accounts here. Whatever you want, one. I got some data for filling out, some points for filling out a profile. I answered some survey questions, so there's some more points. If I were to refer people and they signed up and found one clue, I'd get points for that. And then for each point my minions then earned, I'd also get a percentage of their points right here. As I find clues, the clues will go right here. And then as people decide to follow me, I'll get 2 points for every person who follows me. So these are the ways I get points in the game. Alright, here's edit my profile. Here's where I can come in to fill in more data. View my clues. Once I find a clue, I can come here and see my progress on these clues. These are 4. These say they're ready to start, but I haven't started any of them yet. Once I click on one of these clue details, if I found it, it'll show me the photo I took, and I'll show you how that works in a second, and then I can choose individually, clue by clue, who I want to see each clue. But that's enough of the website for now. Next thing you're going to do is open up your mobile device, and we're going to install the Findamine app. So since I can't capture the screen of the app itself, I'm going to pull up and show you some screenshots here that I've pasted into another document. So now that you've registered, I'm going to skip through all this. I want you to go to your mobile device and go to the Google Play Store or the iOS App Store, and you're going to search for Findamine. Let's keep scrolling down here. So when you search for Findamine, you may have to put the dashes or dots in. Sorry. Here we go. Alright. Like in this case, there's a find dash mine or a dot. You might have to put those in when you search for it. But this is what you'll find. It's this one right here that's made by West Texas A&M University. Here's what it looks like in Google Play App Store. Once you download it, go ahead and run it. And you're going to accept the permissions or hit OK to allowing location data. Once the app is open, you're going to enter your username and password that you just created on the website into iOS or Android. Once you do that, a list of hunts will become available. So there should be 4 hunts when you log in. In the screenshots here, there's just one, but you'll select the hunt you want to start. And then when you're ready to begin, and don't do this yet, but you're going to click this map button right here or right here. As soon as you start the clue, the clock begins. You earn more points the faster you find the clues. So I wouldn't click on this map button until you're ready to go looking for it. Once you do, it may ask you some survey questions. So you'll read the survey questions, move the slider, submit. Again, these are very important, so if it detects that you're answering them randomly, it's probably going to toss your data out at the end of the game. So make sure when you do get these survey questions to pay attention to them. Then once they're answered, it's going to take you to a map view, and there will be some clue. So right here it says, where is there a large X on campus with a nice place to sit down in the very center? Well, here it's showing you where you're currently at, and there's this hot-cold meter. Alright, a large X. Let's say I have no idea what that is. Well, I simply look at my hot-cold meter and start walking around campus. It's going to be beeping your location back to the server and then telling you as you're getting warmer and warmer or colder and colder. The closer you get, if you look very carefully, I don't know if you've got enough definition in this video, but there's an X right here. That's that place right above the underground section of the library where the sidewalks cross and there's a couple of seats to sit down in. As you get closer and closer to that spot, your hot-cold meter will turn to sizzling hot. Here's an example down here. It's sizzling. You'll click the Found It button right here, and it'll say, OK, congratulations, you found it. And then it'll say hit OK to take a picture of it. When you hit OK, here's my ugly face, it's going to pull up your camera within the app. It's not going to make you close the app and then take a picture. It'll pull up your camera through the app. So when you hit OK, it'll pop up in the camera. You take a picture of yourself. Here's me at a different clue with the Brigham Young statue. You'll hit take the picture. It'll then immediately upload your picture to the website. Let me show you an example of what the website will then look like. You'll come back here. Let me go to a different game. Oh, I'm going to have to log out and go to a different account. Okay, I'm going to go to fall 2014. Here we go. Here's last semester's game. And you see as people took pictures, their pictures show up here on the homepage of the website. Now, in the event of a tie, which has happened before, we will choose the winner based on the person that takes the best pictures, which means better to take a nice selfie with yourself in the picture than just a picture of the object by itself. Anyway, that's how you find clues. That's how you get points. Here's the leaderboard from last semester, just so you can see. Tons of data in this one, so it'll take a moment to pull up. But that's about it. So the requirements for you to get the credit for this research project. You've got to register. You've got to add 5 frenemies. You don't have to refer anyone, although you can. You need to find at least 5 clues during this game, and the game's open for 5 weeks. 5 frenemies, 5 clues, and you need to follow those privacy settings instructions. So we've got to take all those surveys there on the privacy settings page. Once you've done that, at the very end of the game, there's one last step. And don't worry, I'll email everyone all along the way to remind you when to do things. But right when you're done with the whole game, you're going to come back here and click Take Surveys. Oh, I was in the middle of calculating the leaderboard, so it's going to slow it down a little bit. But there'll be a few survey questions left on this page that you'll want to take. And once you've taken those, you're all done. And I'm going to, at the end of the semester in IS 110, share the results of this study with everyone and show you what I found out about you guys. That's it. Ask any questions in class, or you can email them to me at mark.keith@gmail.com. Here's our final survey page. All right, see you guys in class.